Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be covering a pretty important topic that came to light from the latest letter from the producer live regarding Endwalker's release date. Now, I've already covered this topic a little bit in my letter from the producer live videos, but I wanted to make something standalone because it's a pretty important topic. For those of you who missed it, producer and directing Naoki Yoshida has officially also confirmed in this Lodestone post we have on in the background that Endwalker's release date will officially be delayed by 2 weeks. That means that the early access period will begin Friday, December 3rd, and the official release will be Tuesday, December 7th. As such, the subsequent patches that come 2 and 4 weeks after the launch were pushed back as well, with normal mode Pandemonium coming out on Tuesday, December 21st, and Pandemonium Savage and the Excitatron 6000, Tomestones, Crafted Gear, all that stuff will be released on Tuesday, January 4th of next year. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, Yoshida repeats a lot of the things he said in the live letter, in that a lot of this is due to his own selfishness. It is the culmination of 11 years worth of story, and he wants it to be as close to perfect as possible. That means absolutely zero loopholes. That means every cutscene is at the maximum, as few bugs as possible, as few hiccups as possible, and he personally determined that they needed 2 more weeks of quality assurance, because otherwise they were going to be slightly behind and they might not be able to QA every individual aspect right down to the letter leading up to the launch. To me, it seems like a man who's just trying to take the brunt of the force of the community all by himself. Because if you actually watch the live letter and the footage, which I'll play on the screen right now, you can see that this man is in no way happy with his decision. He is just barely on the verge of breaking down in tears, and we've seen Yoshida when he breaks down. It is not a pretty picture. So what does this actually mean? What is the actual impact of the expansion release being pushed back 2 weeks? In the grand scheme of things, not a lot, but there seems to be a lack of empathy for other players in regards to how individuals are actually taking this news. Now, there are some people who are fortunate, like myself, who this doesn't impact very much. You know, we either are in the space of creators where we are blessed with the ability to deal with something like this a little bit more directly, or just work schedules don't get in the way of this, or we work jobs that it's easier to move time around if we want to enjoy it right when it comes out. But there's a large group of people who have to plan events like this around their work, and they may not be able to adjust getting off time, especially so close to the holidays, whether that be for the Savage Year that takes place immediately after New Year, which is awful for retail people, or people who just want to enjoy the initial launch, and it's just going to be tougher to get days off in December when they have to just move their days back 2 weeks. And while I'm, of course, in the selfish category of, okay, this means I can play Pokemon BDSP, I can watch Cowboy Bebop, finish Arcane, I can do all these things now that I was rushing to get done before the 19th, I am so the minority in this regard. The majority of people are working class, and this is affecting them heavily. Now, of course, the good news is the game's not going anywhere. Endwalker's release content will be there, but of course there's the fear of spoilers or learning something too early, or maybe not even being able to follow your favorite YouTuber, whether it be me or somebody else, or your favorite Twitch streamer, or whatever platform you're enjoying content on, because you're afraid of spoilers. There's this potential to need to disconnect from the entire community in order to enjoy things to the highest capacity. And I feel like that's kind of lost on a lot of people. You know, I've often said that when something like this happens, you kind of just need to deal with it. And that is the truth. That is the reality of the situation. But I feel like there's this lack of empathy for people who had everything planned out, who had parties planned, who had time taken off, who had everything organized, and will not be able to adjust it for this time. Yoshida himself said that he understands this. He realizes that people cannot just go ahead and change when they have off. And this is the kind of guy who'd stay up till 3 in the morning PvPing in Dark Age of Camelot. I think he understands a little bit about wanting that time off to enjoy something that's brand new, whether it be video games or otherwise. And so he has this apology. I accept the apology. I hope as many people as possible will accept the apology, and I hope as many people as possible will understand when people are, at the very least, upset about this happening. Of course, there's people who are over the top, who say they're threatening people. It's just, you all know, it's the internet. The weirdest things get said about developers or dev teams or anything when anything uncouth happens in the first place. And I kind of just don't want to see it with this topic. We've had so much turmoil over the past couple of years that for once, can we at least empathize with each other and understand what this actually is, what it means to every individual, and how it will impact them. That is my only ask out of this. And that's coming from someone who told you to stop complaining about Ultimate being delayed. And that's like 5 to 10% of the community. I understand that, but two very different things: an expansion launch and an Ultimate being delayed. Yoshida himself, does say that he's proud of what they put together, that they think everyone will enjoy it, that they might need a little bit more time, and he's sorry, but he promises it's going to be worth it. He's going to restore your trust one step at a time. And he pretty much conceives this as like one of his greatest failures. I don't know, man. Yoshida is good people. So if they say it needs 2 more weeks, I accept that it needs 2 more weeks. I'm sorry to those of you who this affects, and hopefully you can understand and the plans can still go forward. You can still enjoy it. The story will always be there. The content will always be there. Just remember that. And please empathize with each other. Please do it. Now with that, my face is turning bluer as the sun goes down more and more, so I'm going to wrap up this recording. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. Any news, updates, content regarding Endwalker before and after, I will be covering on the channel, as I always have been, regardless of a 2-week delay. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, and until then, take care.